Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay. Today, I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Dan Tack.
Why, hello there.
Hi, Leo Mater.
Hey, I'm on the show a lot. I don't take it for granted. I want you to know that.
You're a mainstay.
Thanks, man.
Dan Tack, what are we looking at?
We're looking at Pagan Online.
Pagan Online.
So obvious, the instant comparison here is going to be a Diablo-like,
Okay.
which it is. It's currently in early access, available on Steam, and a lot of the features and functions are not here yet. Most notably, multiplayer. It's a single-player experience right now, even though you're online.
Oh.
And there's like leaderboards to compete in, but this is, we want to play with our friends, and you can't do that right now.
That's a bold move to have
I agree.
a game called with online in the name.
It's pretty strange.
Very strange.
But here we are.
All
So let's walk around the town, the hub, real quick, and I'll go over a couple things. So this is your pantheon of heroes.
Uh-huh.
You start with one. You can pick from the Berserker,
Yes.
the ranged DPS Life Leecher, which is the one I picked, or the tank. You can pick as one of those three first, but
Okay.
you can unlock all of these guys. So as you adventure, you get crystals to unlock these different characters, which you can play as all of them. I can't wait to unlock this one personally.
Demon Hunter.
This is a
What?
melee mage that uses tambourines and is a fortune teller. So I'm
bard
really looking
type.
to unlock that one. Anyway, so you can unlock all this stuff, and once you get additional crystals, you're going to keep getting those crystals for characters after you unlock them. You can use those to get skins. So I got this cool like a Plague Doctor-y skin. but
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different stuff you can unlock,
And that-
customization-wise. And you want to unlock and use a bunch of different heroes because it ties into your account level, and some of the stuff in the game is restricted by account level.
Okay.
So, most games have like, you can't use this weapon until you're level 7. Some of the cool stuff you can find has like account level. So here's the crafting system. This is pretty interesting. You take, a lot of games don't like it when you find like a white tier item. So it's just garbage. In order to craft legendaries and all this stuff like that, you need to have a base level item to use as the catalyst.
Okay.
So it makes picking up those garbage items actually pretty interesting. You stick the recipe in here. You've got a crafting level 2.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Those
you
are
can
cool.
craft right now to show us?
That's a good question. Probably. Yeah, I got something. So a couple materials, white item, boom.
Boom.
Put it in the box, and it's going to come out as something cool. Probably not an upgrade since I didn't even think about what I was doing. But let's
That's
see.
the best item I've seen.
I know, isn't it great?
It's quite good.
You can do this for all kinds of stuff. You get your crafting level up, and it increases extra stat chance and stat bonuses. So again, you're always
Cool.
working on something. It's got those hooks where you're constantly working on your account level, your character level, your craft level, tons of levels.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff to do.
Is this a free-to-play game?
It is currently paid in early access. I have no idea what the monetization scheme is for release.
Right. If crystals are something you earn, then what can they even be? Gems?
You do earn them currently. So this is the guy who basically gives daily quests.
Okay.
They're not dailies because you can keep repeating them over and over and over, but basically stuff you're doing while you're doing other things.
Okay.
And let's go to the battle station here.
There's fighting in this?
Yeah, I know, right? I just wanted to show the town first. So you've got your campaign stuff, and then you've got all kinds of different side missions and different flavors. Survival, patrol, expedition, defense, and you can like swap them out and do all kinds of stuff. So you're like, oh, I want to do a mission. And the missions are interesting. So this is side content, right?
Okay.
You do these to get keys to do the assassinations, which is if you're chasing legendaries and character shards to unlock those heroes.
Yeah.
These assassination missions are what you want to be doing.
Oh, cool. It looks like they're ranked
give
by like
really
your
great
power
loot.
level.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. It's like, oh, my gear score is around 3K. This is probably the mission for me.
Yeah.
And then of course you've got different difficulty levels
Uh-huh.
to make things harder for better loot and experience. Normal is currently what I'm playing on since I just kind of started,
Yeah.
So let's, I guess we'll show off one of these.
Choose wisely.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out which one to do here. And you can, so I've got an expedition and a patrol. Maybe I don't want to do those. I can refresh this. Boom. And now I've got different options.
Nice. And I'm sure when we
Patrol.
get into the level, we'll go into it a little more. But are the
We sure
levels
will.
kind of procedurally generated with tile sets, or is it?
I believe the campaign missions are all static.
Okay.
What appears in them is different. Oh, so this one might be actually a little challenging. It's level 15. Well, let's give this one a try. I might die.
You know what they say.
And that'll be interesting. So I'm playing a class, the Arcane Mage, right?
Right.
So this one's interesting because I've got different abilities to use on like E and middle mouse button and stuff like that, and spacebar. So with this class, though, I have both fire and lightning in my commands. So I lock in one, and then I click either left or right mouse button to use either the fire or the lightning effect. So let's say the lightning will do like more damage to enemies at range, or like the fire one will do damage over time and hurt the ones that are closer. So you've got to constantly kind of be on the fly about what skill you want to use when playing this class. And I believe the other classes are tailored that way too, sort of like they get more complex. Like you start with the basket of things that are pretty obvious and easy to use.
Yeah.
And you unlock more complex options as you go along.
And do lightning and fire affect different types of enemies differently?
I would assume so. Yeah, there's different
I
resistances.
hope you'd melt that guy.
Yeah, like get some fire on him. So he's got the dot clearly labeled on him right now.
Have you seen like companions or pets?
There
or
are pets.
followers?
I haven't unlocked any. They're pretty. I think they're pretty elite to get.
Okay.
So it'll probably be a week or so before I get any of that stuff. But they do very minor effects in this game. So it's cosmetic. I don't know what they do since I haven't unlocked any. They're sort of like a luxury item.
Okay.
And highly sought after.
Then in your experience so far, like how is the amount of gear that you can carry? Is that a problem?
It's
Good for
not.
drawer space?
It's not wonderful. The stash space is great, and of course shared between all your characters. So now I get a It's like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you can keep going on? 'Cause you want, or you want to take the rewards right now? 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't get
Can
the
I
loot
get you
until
anything?
after in this kind of situation. So it's a couple different waves. Oh boy. So yeah, that's my sort of ultimate. Does massive damage in a line, or I can use the lightning one to do a stun. You've got a dodge move. Everybody's got a dodge move on like shift.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just got frozen. This is
no.
real bad.
Oh, boy.
But we're coming through it. I have a pretty nice weapon, basically. You can tell the difference in gear in this game.
Yeah.
A big time. Like the difference between a bad weapon and a good weapon will greatly alter the content you can do.
So are you talking about that magic book that you got? Is that your weapon?
Yeah, you're switching
no.
between a staff and a book?
This is a
Or
staff.
is that just a staff?
Yeah, it's just a staff.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's sometimes the pole of the staff is hidden behind the body cord. Little trick of the
So again, these
light.
these little sort of side missions are very like, I'm not moving around. I'm just trying to survive. These are basically there for you to get assassination keys to go chase down the high tier loot and character crystals. Otherwise, you can do just the campaign, which is also interesting. And I'm way behind in the campaign because honestly I love side missions. Like I've just been doing them to like try to get legendaries and stuff, and I've unlocked a few legendary weapons.
They feel rewarding like that?
The thing is, the legendary weapons I've got so far, like I keep finding ones below my tier. So because that's just the way I'm farming.
Yeah.
So I'm getting stuff for like low tier characters. But the good thing is, when I unlock some of those other characters, they're gonna, they start at level 1 and be like, hey, I got your legendary. Let's go.
Yeah. Are there like item sets or anything that you found?
No set items that I found, but generally those are reserved for late game, right? So this would be a little early to see those.
Yeah.
Just to give you a difficult question that
love
you
those.
won't want to answer.
Yeah, thanks, Leo.
Would you say there are reasons that players would have to pick this over Diablo or in addition to Diablo? How does it compare to somebody who already plays and likes
Here's
Diablo?
the problem. It's so freaking early. That's the real issue with early access, right? Especially since co-op's not in here. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having a good time, but I'm only 8 hours in. How am I going to make an evaluation on a game like this, which is, as you well know, it's all about endgame grinding and what's to offer there. I don't even know if there's sets, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what like endgame dungeons or missions look like. I don't know any of that. So, while I'm trying to show off the game and what the kind of features it has, I can't make any kind of evaluation there.
But what you do know is
say
you're having fun.
Exactly. I can say I've played a great number of Diablo clones in my life, and not a lot of them keep me hooked after the first few hours. This one is doing a good job at that, despite being a single-player experience at this time. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So hypothetically, if you did have to assign a numerical value based on how much fun you're having from 1 to 10.
Not a chance.
Oh, I thought I had an end run, Leo.
And is it
Not
better
work.
than Sekiro?
Oh, God.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah. All right, this concludes our Antagonize Dan segment.
It's so fun, we have fun here.
That's right.
So I think we're getting close to the end of the survival experience, which will be a boss with random mods, as anyone who played Diablo is familiar with. Who knows what it'll be. The enemies we faced in this survival run weren't that interesting. There's lots of really cooler ghost kind of things and dudes that block and some of that stuff, but I'm actually glad I didn't see any of those. This one was more of the frozen kind that try to freeze me and paralyze me, keep me locked down.
And it seems as though they would be susceptible to fire attacks.
Yeah, which is great.
It's kind of your thing.
There's interesting stuff. They've done some wrinkles. Everyone's familiar with the treasure goblin, yeah?
Of course.
So, you smack it, you get loot. This one actually has a treasure chicken that the whole
Oh.
goal is to not kill it during the encounter.
Oh.
And that's actually really hard, depending on your class and spec.
I like that.
Yeah. I have not actually succeeded in keeping it alive yet.
Yeah.
I kept it alive for a little bit, and
Yeah.
you get like a golden egg, but I would love to see what kind of treasure I get if I kept it alive for the whole encounter. But I haven't done it yet.
Not yet.
Is the moniker Pagan integral to the story, or is it just a random word that wasn't taken?
It's using like, yeah, the name is a little weird, right? But like it's using essentially, your pantheon of the old gods. So I guess it makes sense.
Is there a Christian online I could play instead?
Wow, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So this guy's got freezing, and he's a summoner. He's gonna create ads. He's gonna try to freeze me.
Yeah.
I should have no. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have too much trouble.
Yeah. So on the subject of that, actually, like I was going to ask, is there a like zookeeper summoner class?
There is a
What you
class
seen?
that has a pet.
Yeah.
I haven't. Again, I'm pretty early on, so I haven't unlocked all the classes. That's obviously something I want to do. There's a class that has like a beast pet.
Oh, cool.
I'm a big fan of pet classes. I know
Yeah.
who isn't, right?
Yeah,
the best.
honestly.
So I'm looking forward to that. So this wasn't super challenging, but it was on normal.
Yeah.
So I expect that. And honestly, this early, like I'm hardly well geared out. Like I
Yeah.
started off as a different class, so then I became this class without any loot. And I'm working it up now. This is actually a really good class for co-op, which does not exist yet.
Yeah.
But you're preparing.
It has abilities to make the team stronger. Yeah.
You're going to die.
No, I hit a potion.
Okay.
You can carry up to 9 potions on you at any time,
Okay.
and you can buy more in town with a click of a button. They've streamlined a lot of stuff that makes that kind of stuff. Oh, here we go. Now
Oh,
we got
sweet
all the-
Lord.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
One of
baby.
these.
So we get a bunch of loot. This is all the loot from the encounter itself, which is
Uh-huh.
tons of rare crafting mats. Looks like some rare items, and then here's the chest from the actual.
Oh, wow.
You did all of the stuff, and it's going to open and give me probably some keys to
Yeah.
go do the assassination mission. Here's a torment key. Yeah.
You don't have to collect the gold.
You don't have to click gold or crafting mats. Items have to be clicked, and you want to hover over them first to see if they're worth picking up.
Right.
I'm deriving a lot of pleasure from this right now. Just want to let you know.
This game definitely has a bigger emphasis on crafting than a lot of the other Diablo-likes. Like all the best stuff you're gonna get, generally you're gonna make it, and it feels pretty satisfying
Oh,
in that
good.
regard.
Love a good crafting
Like,
system.
see, here's an occult pole. It's like in a normal Diablo game, we could be like, oh, crappy white item, I'm not even gonna touch this. This is great. This is an excellent foundation that I can turn into a rare or epic, even legendary item
Yeah.
if I find the recipe. And boom, we're done.
Oh, you left all that stuff behind.
Yeah, you will leave a lot on the table.
Brutal.
I'm not hurting for gold, and here
Yeah.
you can see like the leaderboards for this mission, who's done it, yada yada yada, on different difficulties.
So that was a side mission.
It was.
Is it worth showing one of the more main missions? Are
We
they
can, yeah.
different?
I'm gonna blow through it since I'm way behind in the story. Since I basically, like I said, I've just been power leveling my character through
Yeah.
side missions. But we can check that out, or we could check it out assassination mission if I have enough keys.
Can you go like take us through the
yeah.
skill trees real quick too? I'm curious to see
the skill trees. Yeah. So this is how the skill trees work. You've got this. You do make some selections on your stuff, and you need crafting mats to your abilities. So every character has locked abilities.
Right.
Like here's my ult. Here's this thing. Now on this character, every one of these has 2 different functions, as I stated, based on the button you press, and it actually tells you over there on the side there in the description. And how you upgrade them is through these here. So you've got an upgrade path. Some of these are very obvious. A lot of the ones on the main trail are just going to be stuff like, hey, extra damage, extra range. Now you've got these 2 big nodes, though,
Right.
These you have to make a choice in.
big decisions.
Yeah.
And they cost a lot of materials, and they offer different effects. Like this makes a much bigger radius, which is what I took. But I could have had a resource cost -5 to cast way more spells.
Right.
Now over here we have the big ones. This is pretty significant. More DOT, more slow.
Yep.
And then this is just straight up cooldown reduction, which is pretty significant on this ultimate ability.
Now, Dan,
DOT, obviously, Dan Oswald Tack.
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
I would have to say, like, for those being the final destinations, those
Right.
seem very, unsexy.
I
guess is the
agree,
word.
and I'm wondering here's another big question now
Yeah.
that we are in this early access mire. What is the end game customization? Like,
Right.
out of the gates, this stuff's cool, but I'm going to have all this stuff within a few days, right?
Right.
For my character. Where do I go from there? And that's a question I think that has not been answered
Yeah,
and
'cause
will be.
Because the last thing you want it to be like, oh yeah, you summon an army of howling wraiths that
Right.
drop
Right.
lightning on your enemies, or something. Not like cooldown reduction -2 seconds.
And there are, I'm assuming they're going to be linked to some of these buildings in town that don't work yet.
Okay.
The gear lock. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 different buildings in town that aren't usable yet, and I assume they have to do with end game progression.
Meanwhile, pardon our mess.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
All right, I've got a good feeling about this, Dan.
Yeah, what do we want to do? Let me see if I don't know if I got enough keys from that last one to do an assassination, but those are fun.
Yeah.
I did. So we have a choice. What do
Yes.
you want to do, guys? You want to do the assassination or the story mission?
Oh boy, Leo, this is all you, baby.
Which one do you think would be cooler? Which are you looking forward to doing more?
I mean, I like them. I'm not sure.
If you were home, nobody watching you, which one would you do?
I'd probably just keep grinding side missions and assassination.
All right, assassination it is.
So this is Lord Gvozden. He's sort of interesting. Oh, I didn't buy potions. Uh-oh.
Cool.
I hope I have enough.
That's the sound you won't be making.
Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, I'm going to die. I have 3 potions. I wonder if I go back if I keep my key. I actually want to know this. Let's try it out.
Yeah, let's find out. It didn't give you a warning, but this is PC.
I want to know if it expired my key. Because that's actually a question I had, so we're actually
this is good.
experimenting
You're
with that
welcome,
right now.
Dan.
So here, click this. Boom. Here, let's buy some potions. 300 gold. 300 gold is like nothing. I have 74,000.
Oh, jeez.
So
1%.
potions are cheap.
Yeah. Can you buy a bigger pouch, you think?
That is a question. I just don't...
There's just a lot of stuff you don't know at this point.
You don't keep a lot of stuff in this game, though. So I've never felt like, oh, I've got to get rid of stuff.
This better be good.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Is it going to let me do it? Oh, no! It did. It does expend the key. So
You
now we know.
absolute assholes.
I guess we're going to go to the story mission.
Well, you
which I
gave it a
should
good
rock
shot.
out. It's something I wanted to know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the next one in line. It's only level 13. I should be able to smash it. But story missions do unlock a lot of stuff. Like you have to go through X story missions to unlock more side content, assassinations, and stuff like that.
Have you come across any items or characters that have like an innate thorn damage? I always like the feeling of walking around.
I assume that the tank will have some kind of... Oh, here's another thing. The battle chest. You've seen concepts familiar to this?
Yeah.
So I've got 60 seconds to get to this chest and open it. Otherwise, it locks.
We're wasting time by talking.
We are, and I'm not going to make
ass.
it. I'm not going to make it in time, by the way.
Well, now
Do you know where it is?
I don't. I mean, the map... Okay, so I went the wrong way. So that's definitely going to be a detriment. Like, should just... Oh, I had to use the tablet. Quest items. What is... Story's happening if you guys are interested.
Are you interested?
In a Diablo game, Diablo clone style game, I normally do not care about story in the slightest.
Agreed.
But I'm glad it's there for people who want that.
Voice acting seems present.
And there's like cutscenes too. I just want to get back to smashing enemies.
Yeah. Now, if you can level up reading dialogue, and if they're engaging
I need
skill
some
trees
serious
there,
levels there.
now we're talking.
So unlike a lot of Diablo-style games, this one is a room-to-room style thing where the map tells you can sort of plot out a course. See, there's the chest right there. It shows you where it is.
30 seconds.
Yeah, we're not going to make it. Even though it's right here, you still have to complete the encounter first, so unless I can blow this encounter up real fast, well, maybe.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I am
Give it your
over-leveled
all.
for this. It's possible.
I want to see what's in that chest.
Well, we'll
Literally
maybe
all I
we'll
want.
see. 14 seconds, we got it. We got it for sure. There it is.
Easy.
And it didn't really have anything good in it. They don't always, but
That
sometimes
was
they
it?
do. And there's another really thing that can show up sometimes too. It's like it's a flying pig. Some of the encounters can be a flying pig that just sort of drops negative debuffs on you, and it's a really weird thing.
They're having fun.
I don't know the story behind that. So you can see where you're going. Like, oh, there's a question mark here. It's mostly a fight, but sometimes it's different encounters, like traps and other things. You see that more in the patrols and expeditions that are optional content. Like I said, this is going to be very trivial for me since I'm way over-leveled and over-geared for it. But I haven't done it yet, so I had to do it.
Oh, there's one of those health potions.
Yeah. So I'm walking through the level. It shows...
Thank you.
It shows you where the boss is.
Uh-huh.
So most of the time you'll have to go through various amount of encounters to do it. Other times you can go, some of the encounters are optional.
Is the boss that skull and
Yes.
crossbones?
That's right. And you can leave the map up if you want and have it kind of in the background here. Uh-oh, Dovahkiin.
It's got the same voice as the other guy. Very interesting.
It's very gruff.
Could they be related?
Maybe they're the same guy.
Lore. It might be the same voice actor. Uh-oh.
So as you see here, it's room-based. Now, this is a campaign mission, so it's probably always going to be the same enemies, but there's a lot of variety in the side missions. You could be random. You never know, you get like ghosts, bugs.
Yeah.
Your quest objective right now is get off the wall again into the wild?
Yeah, we've been going up on this wall in the last few missions. Like I said, I'm not paying attention to this.
Like
stuff.
HBO's
I'm
Game
okay
of
with that.
Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to run into Jon Snow any minute here.
Uh-oh. That guy Doesn't know.
That is what I have heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they interrupted me that time. That wasn't very nice of them.
No. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, this character's got some big AoEs, which I like. The other character I have is also very, very interesting. I'm probably going to make that my main character for now, since this character seems to be more group-oriented.
Yeah.
I can't group. There's some neat abilities later on. I get to increase group damage.
Any kind of timeline for when that's being added?
I don't believe that there is one a set timeline for stuff at this point.
That would at least double my interest in this game for sure.
Yeah, you
when
know,
multiplayer gets added.
I did think it. Like I said, we've already mentioned this, but it seems very strange to have gone into early access without having multiplayer. So, like you're not doing yourself any favors there, right?
But also, I'm grateful because our internet is really bad right now in the office.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it all works out, Leo.
Exactly. Thanks, Pagan community.
And one thing I should definitely mention that does another big aspect that you are locked to using WASD for movement, which is not common in games of this style. So
Oh yeah.
I know there's been some blowback on that front. It doesn't bother me since I'm a WASD player for other games
From way back.
Versus clicking to move.
Right, but many people are super familiar with click to move in these kind of games, and you're locked to WASD. So
It's a decision.
yeah, it's an odd one, but so if that's a deal breaker for you, that's something you should know.
And are you holding a button to highlight the loot, or does that happen automatically after the
automatically.
encounter? Okay.
That's automatic.
I like that.
Oh, this could get a boon or a buff. Oh, yay! I got a buff, and that could have given me a debuff too. There's all kinds of like stupid things that you can click like that. Like
That's great.
like here's a smith. You want a damage buff? Here's some logs you can knock over. Time it right.
Yeah. Okay,
All right,
here we go.
It'll be a nothing.
Very dramatic.
Summoner corruption. I don't know what corruption is. Oh, it looks like poison clouds. Never seen that before.
Our pagan viewers will recognize Slavitsa of the Darkest Urge.
And stay tuned for NGT After Hours, where we talk about our darkest urges.
I'd watch that.
We feel you coming. Come closer to revelation. We have gifts for you.
Great.
Ambiguous darkness, evil man.
Get some gifts. So is there a reason to not pick up that weapon recipe?
There is a limit to your storage.
Huh.
I feel like the rare weapon is not going to overcome the epic one I have right now for this tier. It's divided into tiers, like 1 to 10, 10 to 20.
Well, speaking of tears, it's probably time for us to say goodbye.
No! All right.
Well, thanks for showing this game off. It looks very interesting. My interest is piqued, and I'm curious to see what else, when they make it a fully functional game, like what else it has to offer.
It's only on Steam right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know if there are plans to bring it elsewhere?
I have no
knows?
idea. Early access, everybody.
Yeah, yahoo! All right, well, thanks again, Dan. Thank you, Leo.
Of course.
And thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for watching New Gameplay today. It's our pleasure to bring you fun, unscripted looks at the game releases of the week and beyond. Subscribe on YouTube to get them delivered to your feed at no cost. New Gameplay today. It's for casual friends.